Welcome to Darren's Wellness Center. I'm Mike Licoli.
I'm Courtney Lilly.
Oh, Courtney, what a morning it has been already, huh?
It has been a morning.
Yeah. I know you just got in a little bit ago.
I did, yeah.
I've been here for a bit, but
yeah,
it's wild, fast and furious, but
it has been the past month or two.
Month and a half
has been.
How's that? 6 weeks straight of just insanity.
Yeah.
Nonstop. September came and went, gone.
Yeah. And now, can you believe we're basically in the middle of October now?
Yeah.
When we're filming this.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you all will see this in November, but and by that point it'll we'll be like, yeah, so it's Thanksgiving now.
Yeah. Where are we at? We're talking about masculine and feminine energies today. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that is. So
such a
when we first
touchy subject.
Yeah, right. When we first started this, we were like, oh, let's just raw whatever comes up.
Yeah.
But we had a request. So we're going to fulfill that request today, and that request was talking about masculine and feminine energies, what it actually means, what it is, how we can connect to them, and I don't know, where do you want to start? Because I kind of want to start at the most controversial point of it.
Oh, Jesus
or one
Christ.
Of them.
Can we preface it first, though? So you can jump into that, but how about we say that masculine, feminine energies, I think, is really important to point out here. Energies. We're not talking about men and women, but we are. But we're not.
That's kind of where I was going to start.
Oh, okay.
It's
Great.
actually the fact that everybody, every single person on this planet, possibly other planets, who knows?
Aliens are
yeah,
real,
right.
Man.
have both masculine and feminine energies.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a woman and I identify as a woman doesn't mean that I am not able to step into a masculine energy. And in fact, many women are in their masculine a majority of the time.
Especially today in this culture and in this society. And it's just because our culture and society is set up very masculine. For the men, for masculine.
But even men are having a really difficult time
because
with society and culture and the way that it's been.
We need to balance, okay? And even us guys shouldn't be in our masculine 100% of the time.
Well, so let's back up here for a second. What is masculine? Let's talk about, okay, hold on. Let's talk about masculine energy versus feminine energy, what it is, but also the nuances of healed versus unhealed.
Oh, I love it.
Right? Let's start there. What are these energies?
All right. What's the masculine? The masculine is very action-oriented, very lead-oriented, very go, do. It is energy and motion. That is masculine energy. You want to talk about unhealed versus healed?
Yeah.
Okay. So the unhealed is what everybody is putting out there and has put out there for some years now. Toxic masculinity, right? Yeah. It's the guy who is just always I'm going to try to be kind. That's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to find my words. It really comes down to the unhealed male shows up in a very destructive way. And that way could be, say, in relationships, right? You're about to break up with a guy, and he basically goes off on a tangent and starts drinking and goes out with the boys and does all those things and stuff like that. And like, oh, fuck this, or she's crap and I don't need that, and I'm always in these situations and I don't get it. I always find these women who suck and I can't find a good woman. That's a man who's in his unhealed state.
Women can be there too, though.
Agreed. Because it's the same. yeah, you put it on the flip side. I've heard plenty of women go, I can't find a good guy. They all suck. And, you know, they just like, they're not there for me. They don't listen to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And why do we think that is? Why do we think that men say, hey, women suck and I can't find a good woman, and women say, hey, guys suck and I can't find a good guy?
Well, because you suck.
That's not what I was thinking you would say.
I know. No, because if we're in a relationship with someone, right, and all of a sudden things go wrong, and then I'm sitting here complaining that, like, I can never find someone who's good enough, right, or I can never find somebody who is just, you know, what I'm looking for. Well, what I'm looking for actually starts with me. That's the vibration that I need to put out there. So what I'm saying is that I was in my unhealed masculine state, and I found a lot of unhealed women in their feminine state of unhealed femininity, okay, which shows up a lot of times as toxic masculinity. And vice versa too.
Yes.
Men will show up as toxic femininity, or like, yeah. And so it's a lot of little complex nuances going on here.
I was going to go with something a little bit simpler than that,
okay,
which is the energy imbalance of the man in the relationship has moved into more of a feminine role, and the women have moved into more of a masculine role. And that is because...
Do you know why?
Because we've built it that way.
Yeah.
Women are, and me, this was me. We want to take control.
Right.
We want to have control of everything. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also not necessarily a great thing.
Because of years of not having control. So the pendulum swung from one direction to the other with no balance.
Yeah.
And what it did was that women became very hyper independent.
Because we had to.
You had to, right? Where did that leave men? Well, it left men questioning their role in society and in the relationship. It literally left us going, well, she's so hyper independent. Like, why am I here? Like, what's my role in this? And then you realize
everybody's just confused.
And then the male starts going, well, I guess she doesn't need me for these things. And what naturally, energetically starts to happen is the man will start to back off. And that back off will be like, well, I guess I don't need to take the lead anymore. I don't need to show up in that way. And when I do, I'm rejected, by the way. When I try to, I'm rejected. Or I try to open the door. Like, why are you opening the door for me? I got it. I'm fine. What are you taking the groceries? I can carry the bag.
The hardest part for me was that piece of, like, I don't have to be so independent. I can allow other people to take care of me.
Right.
And part of the reason why I didn't allow people to take care of me was because I wasn't taken care of in a way that I needed to be in my life and in different areas and circumstances, right? So, like, when I met you, you opened the door up for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like, you fit, like...
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I thought metaphysically you were like...
No. I'm talking literally. Like, we'll go out for a walk, we'll come back in.
Yeah.
He opens the door for me.
Yeah.
That's not something that I, like...
Okay. I was taught that from a very young age.
Right. Like, it's chivalrous.
Like,
you open the door for people.
My mother said something to me, and I'll never forget it. It has stuck with me through and through. She's like, look it, when you find a person, a woman that you want to be with, right, and you decide to get engaged and get married, the first thing I want you to do is understand that that woman is your priority. I am no longer your priority.
I love your mom.
My mom, when she said that to me, I was like, wow. Now listen, when I was unhealed, I really took that to heart. You know what I mean? So it showed up in really bad fucking ways, you know? Yeah. But it's such a beautiful statement today, especially because it's like, I look at that, it's like, yeah, my mom's telling me, like, look it, she's got to be your one and only. She's got to be a priority.
Yeah.
And because she saw certain things when she was growing up and that she didn't like, so she made it a point to raise me in a way that took care of that feminine.
Yeah.
Even though I was unhealed back in the day, I still did those things. I still opened
Yeah.
the door and I was there and all those other things, right? So it was important. But men today, back to that point, men today don't really know where they stand. And you want to know why. Like, you're literally sitting there, I can't find a guy who, like, literally wants to take the lead. Hey, ladies,
let go of it.
fucking stop taking
Allow
the lead.
him to. Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say something really controversial here.
Okay.
Maybe and this word is going to piss a lot of fucking women off.
Okay.
You know what word I'm going to say?
No.
We got to go back a little bit and maybe be submissive. Oof. It's not a bad word.
It really isn't. And you don't mean it in the way that people are thinking.
No, I'm not talking about like the S&M and all that other stuff and the submissives.
That's not what I was talking about either.
Right, but I think
I was
people's
talking
brains
about, like,
definitely go there.
Yeah, like when women typically hear the word submit, and I'm generalizing, right? We go back to like the women in the kitchen and taking care of the kids, and like that's, but that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about in certain situations and circumstances, allowing yourself to step back into a submissive role, to be a receiver and allow somebody else to take the lead and guide you as to where you can go, while also knowing that and being safe enough to say, that's actually not where I want to go. Can we do something else?
Right. You have to be in that space where you feel safe enough to do that, right? And I understand there's been a lot of situations that women have not felt safe to step into that feminine role and energy.
And I think
and it's because if you're dating a guy who is unhealed, I want you to first take a look at yourself and ask yourself if you really have healed the qualities in you that would have attracted a guy in their healed state. If you have somebody who's unhealed, I'm probably gonna, like 100% of the time, look at you and go, there's probably some things in you that you need to heal. Yeah. You know?
And so we talked a lot about the masculine. Let's move over to the feminine for a second. Sure. Because I do think that people understand masculine energy, right? It's the action. It's the doing, right?
Yes.
Femininity is harder in this day and age.
Yeah.
Because it's softness, gentleness, receiving.
Yeah. It's weakness.
It's flowing. It's fluid. It's
no, but it's weakness.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No.
It's so sarcastic. Right now.
Yes. The strength of the femininity comes from the fact that we can just be. Without feeling the need to be anywhere else, to do anything. We can just sit here, be ourselves, be authentic, and just, I will also state here, you need feminine energy to be healthy. Why? Because the feminine is where not only, Mike says this a lot, it's the place where we heal, but it's also the place that our nervous system thrives. And when we don't have our nervous system thriving, what are we doing? We're elevating stress. Most of the time, so high that we cannot handle it. And that's where the unhealed feminine comes in, right?
Yes. All I was going to throw in there is my experience of when I was starting to come out of my unhealed masculine state. I had two beautiful mentors, both female. And over the years, I didn't realize that I had a lot of female bosses or leaders in my presence, okay? So I had a lot of insight into the female brain, and I loved it. But there were a lot of quote-unquote, I guess for me personally, qualities of femininity within me that I used to discount by staying into my unhealed masculine. And when I started coming out of the unhealed masculine, I actually had to go into my feminine. And I mean, I dove headfirst into it. Believe it or not, for me, it was more of a comfortable place because it offered a very safe space for me to be me.
Yeah.
Right? So I actually had a lot of women around me that offered a lot of support and guidance in a way that I couldn't have gotten from a man at that point. As I started to heal my masculine, through that process, I started switching gears and started needing to come back into my masculine state. And man, how fucking scary that was. Because I remembered at that point, having healed, you remember kind of like those things that like, oh, I'm going to step into my masculine. I'm going to be more assertive, more quote unquote dominant in a good way. Remember, dominant and submissive are not bad words. They're energies that play a part. And I needed to like step forward into that.
And they flow
into
like
that,
this, back and forth, right?
And I needed to
We do that here often.
Oh, yeah.
Where you'll kind of take the lead on certain things, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, you need to do this. And like, it's just, that's all it is.
It's a give and take. It's a give and take, and it's a flow. And stepping back into that masculine state was scary. I did it and went through it, showed up more in a leadership role, was still, removing the lingering fragments of the unhealed masculine, because you become aware first and then you have to practice, and the practice takes time. And I'd say that over the last few years, getting past that whole process, now it's important for me to surround myself with other men. Same for women, which has been for a long time. Yes. Men are finally starting to come back in community with one another, because it's important to be around other healed men that are looking for the same thing of like, hey, I'm really looking to lead, but in a different way today. See, leadership back then to me looked like I dominated and conquered the fucking world, right? And I made money and I did all those things, right? Leadership to me today means that I'm so willing to take a back seat and not be seen at all.
Yeah, collaborative versus like in your face.
Like, what's the meaning behind my leadership? Am I helping other people grow? Because if I'm not, then that's not a leader. That's just a fucking manager. And I just had this conversation with a client 2 days ago, right? So there's two different definitions of leadership and management.
Yeah.
And I'm in a leadership role of meaning today, rather than just conquering.
Yeah.
So it's come full circle.
Yeah.
But for us guys, we need to step into that femininity, because it offers a really safe space for us to grow and to heal. But then once we're done with that, we really do have to step full into that masculine state again with a bunch of other men that are also on that same journey. Yeah. And that gives us that space to now be like, well, we're guys, and can we feel like men in this world today and come back into that leadership role without or with being in balance with our feminine?
Yeah.
And when you get a healed guy, I can promise you one thing. You will automatically want to, and I'm talking to the women, a woman will automatically want to step forward into their feminine. Because they're like, oh, there's a guy here that really wants to take the lead. Now, if you fight with that, I'm going to promise you one thing. You're unhealed. I'm sorry, I'm very abrupt and blunt with this stuff, but I have no other way to say it, you know what I mean? Like,
no, but it's true, and you were right at the beginning when you said it. A lot of times the shit that happens in relationships is not because of the other person, it's because of us, right? And you and I have both, you've had way more experience in that department.
Thank you for the kind word.
Well, you're a little older than I am.
Yeah,
So
I
you
get some
just
years on you.
naturally have some more
Yes,
experience.
I got with like my sister was like, "You have a lot of life experience, Mike." I was like, "So
Yes.
kind, so kind."
I think I said it to you yesterday, and I learned that in my 9th out of my 12,000 lives that I've lived so far in this lifetime.
I think I got a PhD and a doctorate, like, you know.
Just by
life experience.
Yeah, just by life experience. No, but we tend to put into relationships or expect out of relationships what we want, what we need, right? And it's a really hard thing to take a step back and be like, well, I know what I want. What does my partner want? And when we talk about, we'll have to do a whole another episode on relationships, because we could talk about, like, you know, everything about that. But let's just go into something simple. Love languages, right?
No, there's 5 of them,
right?
But there's probably more.
There's definitely more. If my love language is acts of service, and I expect...
I think a lot of women have that acts of service.
Well, technically we have all of them, but there's prominent ones,
There's prominent
right?
ones that's like, so you get your top 2.
Exactly.
And then your bottom. Yeah.
So, if my prominent love language is acts of service, and I am doing acts of service for my partner, but his love language is physical touch, he's not going to feel loved.
No.
And if he's,
if you reject us, mine is physical touch.
Yes.
So.
I think a lot of men's is.
Because I'll say all men, when we first start out, like, we don't learn how to express ourselves in the way women do emotionally.
Right.
So then touch is a big thing for us.
Naturally, men are more like physical, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we think about the physicalness of the 5 different love languages, physical touch is the top one, right?
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
but it looks different for me now compared to like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
as it should.
With all the life experience that I've attained,
all of it,
you know,
all 12,000 of them.
Put a lot of hours into my continuing ed, you know.
But yeah, so we could do a whole.
Yeah.
If y'all are interested in that, throw a comment down there. Let us know anything that you're interested in us kind of talking about. But to get back to, like, the energies, right? I want to talk a little bit about how to actually be in your feminine energy.
Go for it.
Because we know how to be masculine. We know what that takes, right?
Sure.
It's the productivity, the doing the things. And when I say that femininity is more about just being, I don't think a lot of people understand what it means. I know I didn't when I first kind of stepped into what is masculine and feminine energy, and how do I be more feminine, and is it just like the way that I dress, or like do I have to act like a little girly girl, which I totally am, but that's not it. Like, those are aspects of the feminine, but that's not feminine energy the way that I see it now. It's more of like a I can take care of myself. I can nurture myself. I can do that to other people as well. I can not express my needs, but like know my needs and give that to me, right? So it's this intuitiveness of, okay, right now, like, I'm thirsty right now. I definitely need a drink of my tea, right? I can give that to my body. And I can give that to my body now. That's what I need in this moment. That's feminine. That's nurturing. That's taking care of. On the other hand, this is what we think nurturing is. You ask me to do a task. I do it for you. That's not nurturing.
No.
That's masculine.
That is.
That's a do this, please. I need your help with this. Step into your masculine and get it done.
Yep.
Versus even opening the door
Mm-hmm.
While it's a masculine thing to do, me allowing you to do that is feminine.
Correct.
Right? It's that being able to step back and be like, no, this is okay. And it's still freaking awkward for me, by the way, sometimes. Like, and that's not on you, that's a me thing.
Sure.
But just sitting, like, okay, no, he's going to open the door for me. He's got it. I can just walk in. It's fine. Right? Like, I have to have that conversation with myself every now and then.
Yeah.
So that I can sit back and be like, no, it's okay. I'm safe in my feminine. That's an affirmation that I say a lot too.
It's funny because that's we got a few minutes here, but that's one of those things that the opening of the door.
We're stuck on this, huh?
You know, I guess I'm one of those guys who does do that,
Yeah.
right? So I notice it highly when it's not happening, and I notice it even more when I see the guy walk through the door way before the woman, and I'm just like, hey, buddy, you want me to be blunt? But if you don't have a good relationship at home, here's why.
Yeah.
It literally starts in that leadership role again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Women need to be women, men need to be men. There is a balance to both.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a quality and balance to both energetically. Yeah. And again, I know a lot of people out there and you know, whatever your LGBTQ, you know,
sexual
orientation is and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about energies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So please understand that because it's so important.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where
Masculine
you are.
does not specifically mean man, and feminine does not specifically mean female.
Exactly.
As we said in the beginning, we all have both of those within us, no matter what. Every single human being does. And that's just energy.
I was scared, and I know we got to end it off, right?
Yes.
But I will say this. As a kid, I grew up with a lot of feminine energy, a lot of feminine quality. I had that around me. My mother was around a lot more than my dad, right? Because he worked a lot. My aunts, they were always there. Like I had a lot of feminine energy and a lot of feminine presence in my life. And so I grew up that way. And it, you know, it really created this emotional depth and this sensitivity to me. When I tried coming into my masculine, I was also very much like ridiculed for it by other men. It's the brother wound, we call it, right? And we get thrown off.
As there is the sister wound too on the other side of that.
Yep. Yeah. So we get thrown off and we're like, well, then we won't hang around with other men. And that's why men are so afraid today to come back into community with one another because they feel that they're going to be judged and ridiculed like we used to razz each other back in the day. And that's not the case anymore. We're that much more aware. With that much more awareness, you know, and knowledge that we have at our fingertips, guess what? We can do better.
Yeah. And women too.
Yeah.
Women can come back into community in a place where there's safety to be who you are and to be as you are, to show up as yourself, however that energy is that day, and just express that, right? And flow with it. And so I guess to wrap it up, again, we all have both of these energies within us no matter what. And we can move through them. We can flow back and forth with them. And one thing I guess to remember is if you have a partner or when you get a partner, knowing that you can be in your masculine at one point doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you have to be in all the time.
Right.
You can step back and allow somebody else to take the lead. You can step back and receive what you need to receive. So the balance between that doing and the being in a very healed way is actually healing you and the people that you surround yourself with, because it's not just in intimate relationships that you can experience this. We gave plenty of examples between me and Mike as business partners, how this shows up in our lives. But it can also be friendships between men, friendships
Mm-hmm.
between women,
Yep.
you know, like even then, sometimes we have to, you know, be in a place of like, okay, we're going on a girls' weekend. Who's going to plan the itinerary? Who's going to
Right.
make sure we're on time? You know,
Right.
like there's ways to do it in all relationships, but also
Agreed.
within you. So,
Agreed.
anything you want to add before we?
No, I
Okay.
think that covers it. I think there's a lot of other topics that we talk about
Yeah.
just from this one topic.
Yes,
You know?
totally is.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to mention, because this is going to be coming out on November 1st, so if you're watching this before November 15th and you are in the North Shore, Massachusetts area,
Yeah.
make sure that you go down to the Topsfield Fairgrounds on November 15th. What, 10 a.m. start?
It's 11 a.m. start
11 a.m. start to 4 p.m.
to 4 p.m. full
There-
day.
Yeah, there is a health and wellness expo happening all day with, I think, over 50
Oh, there's
exhibitors.
like 50 exhibitors, another
There's like
7
8
or
or
8.
10 workshop.
Yeah. Yep. 2 buildings are being utilized. Melissa McLaughlin from Melissa McLaughlin Wellness
Yeah.
is putting it on. We are,
Mike's the MC.
I'm coming back for another year of emceeing this
Yeah.
event, which is a lot of fun.
Yes.
You know, I enjoy the microphone. I
Yeah.
have fun with it, you know. But it's about getting people
It's
engaged.
about getting people
you know?
engaged, and also Melissa chooses a different organization every year
Mm-hmm.
to help out
To donate
and
to
donate to.
and-
And this year it's Grateful Friends, which is actually an organization that's close to each and every one of us. Grateful Friends is an organization that helps adult cancer patients get through cancer treatments.
Yeah.
Whether that be providing rides, or they do
Gift baskets.
for
with a lot of
people.
essentials and stuff like
Yep.
that. So
So
yeah.
I will input information into the description as to how you can get your tickets, but also if you have the ability to bring a donation item for the gift basket, because they're going to be made there this year, which
Yep.
is really, really cool. So come
Yep.
check it out. Come stop by our table. Check it. I'm doing a workshop on different ways to heal your nervous system.
Yep.
So that'll be really fun. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of really cool people and
Yeah.
exhibitors there this year. So
And there's one more thing I want to add,
Go
not for
for
this expo, but because it's coming out on November 1st. November 22nd is going to be a Saturday from 12 to 3. I'll have more information coming out, and we'll update the description here as I get it, but I've been invited to speak at a men's event, an all-men's event, and it's going to be 2 hours of interaction, engagement, workshopping, and stuff like that through the town of Linfield in their health department. It's for men's health and wellness and awareness. And so yeah, we're gonna have a blast with it, and we'll get more information out there for you, where you can check it out on our website and in the description here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks for hanging in there with us today. We will see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.